car is moving. Already knows the lights. Oops. Wow. All right. That was not good. Hello and welcome to Electro Camper. We are here at Tesla showroom and we are going to test Model 3 with FSD version 13. Currently, I am a Model 3 owner, but my car is 2020 version and right now stock at software V12.6 for FSD. I would like to see what improvements I can find with the car itself and also with FSD. So let's go together and take a look at the new car and see what happens. Right now we're sitting in the new Model 3. Already I can feel the difference, pretty premium. The Tesla representative walked us through the differences between this car, or I would say differences in operating this new version of Model 3 versus previous one. There are a few things that we will walk you through, but the most exciting one for me right now is that you can use FSD to get you out of the parking right away. We're gonna test all of that, so let's go together and see what happens. Okay, let's go. I already feel the difference with my car. The acceleration feels more instant for some reason. No, I was looking for the turn stock. So yeah, one big difference is there is no turn stock on this car, so I have to use these buttons here to have my indicators on. So I've been driving this car right now for a few minutes. I already feel the difference with my current Model 3, which is 2020 version. The car is much more smooth. I feel more in control, and you don't feel the road as much as I do on my previous Model 3. Also, I can say generally I feel I'm sitting in a more premium car. It's difficult to explain really, but it feels like everything is like well put together. Everything is more tight. And of course, another upgrade with this car was what they did to reduce the outside noise. The car is much more quiet. The whole drive is much more quiet. The only thing I don't like so far is not having the turning indicator, the turning stock, which now you have to push these buttons here. I keep looking at it to find it. Probably I will get used to it after a while, but having the physical stock is always better. So I'm happy that they listened to people and they brought it back in the new Model Y. I'm gonna just drive around a little bit right now and just experience the drive. And then after that, I'm gonna go and try the FSD. So the Tesla representative told me that they have the latest version of FSD on this car. I'm just gonna go take a look at it here. So the FSD is version 13.2.6. I believe that's the latest. We're gonna go and give it a try and see what happens. So my plan to test the FSD is to go to a parking lot or a place that I can park my car and start the FSD from there, because version 13 would enable you to start FSD while you're at park, and apparently would park the car for you at destination if there's a space available. So I'm gonna go and give it a try. So let's go together and take a look and see what happens. Right now I am parked at a parking lot. I have selected my destination somewhere in the city. I tried to find a busy area, so give this car a tough time. We're gonna use FSD to start from here. If I press and hold, it's supposed to start FSD. Tap brake to confirm. Okay, here we are. It's thinking. Yeah, give it a little bit push. Already failed. It is very smooth. I can already see the difference with my car. There are none of those jerky movements of the steering wheel that I have in my version of FSD. We have a stop sign here. As predicted, did a good job. It comes to full stop briefly. Turned right here. So with this version of FSD, you can also adjust how aggressive you wanna, not you, the car would be. So if I go to the right, it will be in hurry mode. If I go to the left, it will be in chill mode. I will keep it standard mode for now. And I believe in lower speed limits, it doesn't really matter. It's just more for higher speed limits. I think anything above 50, then that will come into effect. Another stop sign here. Smooth turn. I want to see if I push the acceleration and if it adjusts the speed I want to go and stay that. No, it comes back to 25. Pretty restrictive when it comes to lower speeds, I believe. We have a construction zone here, that's perfect. It's very tight. That's some rough road here. The car seems to be pretty confident in making decisions. So far, no hesitancy, no weird braking. It's just like a human driver right now. Still staying within the speed limits. I'm wondering if I can make it hurry and just wait and see if it would go above 25. It has 25 max here, so I believe it would try to stay there. Oh, I can adjust the speed though. I can just make it 30 max with this wheel here. Okay, and it goes to 30. So you can set a maximum for it, at least in lower speeds, which is fine. You don't need to push the accelerator to tell the car that I want to go faster. You can just basically scroll up and say I want to go faster. So I'm at 25 zone. It lets me go all the way to 60, but the car is not going faster. I think that's a positive thing. No matter what's going to be your max speed, the car in FSD should do what's right. So at any moment I can adjust the max speed, and that's good. All right, let's stick with it and just keep our attention to the area around here. It's no problem seeing the human objects and cars around here. I can also say another difference with my car is that the visualization is more stable. I don't see that many movements and the jittery effects of cars appearing, disappearing. So far it's been very accurate. It's impressive. Okay. Slow down here a little bit because there was a person standing. I have a speed bump and it slowed down for it. That's impressive. Another one here, slow down. Very good and smooth. Exactly what you would expect from a human driver. The FSD is driving pretty much like a human, even better. in some cases. I feel very safe, very comfortable. You know, when you're driving, there's some part of your brain that is always actively looking for hazards, is always involved. But with this version of FSD, I feel my brain is more relaxed. It's difficult to explain. I'm still very attentive, I'm careful. Of course, this is a supervised version, so I have my eyes on the road and I'm ready to take over when necessary. But I feel very safe. That's a great feeling to have. Right now here we have a left turn, waiting for the light to goes to green, and then we can take a left, and then now we're gonna enter a more crowded, busier area of the city, and we're gonna hopefully see some action with this new version of FSD. All right, the car is moving. Already knows the lights. Oops. Wow. All right. That was not good. That was disappointing. I'm gonna go back. I was not supposed to do that. The light is still red. Failure for FSD 13. My car never does that. Well, I just want to do FSD again, so I guess I just press this one. It's temporarily unavailable now. Okay, I'll take the left turn myself. All right, now it's going to be available again. Let's activate it. That was unexpected. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. But continue our experiment while being attentive and careful. Now we are getting to the area that we're going to get into the plaza with a lot of parking spots. I chosen a random restaurant. I want to see if the car would go and find a spot for me to park there. Here we are. That's a smooth. Again, plus here for FSD 13, that is very smooth in parking lots. Slow down for the person here, another person coming. Okay, the car is doing a good job. No weird movements of the steering wheel, very confident. That's awesome. We have a lot of people walking around here, so I'm gonna be also careful and keep an eye on my surrounding. There's a car stopped there. Not going to move. Okay, FSD knows that. That's great. Nobody's here. Perfect. Okay. So we're getting closer to our destination. I want to see if the car would actually go and turn left and find a parking spot for me. I'd love to see that. Okay. Here we are. Okay. It's stopping here. I don't want to stop here necessarily. There's a car behind me. All right, let me just go past this. See what it does. Nothing. I would need to disengage and go left. So it did not park for me. Maybe because the restaurant is located here a little bit far away from parking, but I expected the car to actually go find a parking for me. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but that was what was advertised with FSD 13. I am going to engage again. There are a lot of cars here. I want to see what it does with all these cars and craziness in the parking lot. Waiting for the other car to come out. After this, I'm gonna actually go and search into the settings. Maybe there is a setting I need to activate and tell the car that find a parking for me. Maybe, just maybe. Okay. It's just stopping here for no reason. There's no reason to stop here. There's no stop sign. Oh, there is a reason to stop though. The car is backing up. Okay, that was good. You don't need to wait for them, but it's waiting. Okay, I was almost going to press the accelerator, but it decided to go. All right. Just giving it another try. The restaurant right now is on my left. I want to see if the car would stop in front or would go and look for parking. I'm not really optimistic, at least I would say. Okay. Okay, trying to turn right. Okay, good, good, good. Let's see what we're gonna do after that. Okay, stopped, done. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put the car in park and look into the settings. Maybe there's something I'm missing, or maybe that was a false promise. Let's see what happens. All right, let's park. At least let's try the auto parking, right? Let's do that. Like that guy. I wanna go to this spot here. No cars around me. All right. Not bad overall. Very similar to my car or my version of FSD. It goes for decision making, but it's a little bit more smooth. Not much different. Okay, I'm going to take a look at the settings here. Maybe I'm missing something. So if I go and take a look at autopilot, I'm in hurry mode, that's fine. Start FSD from park, brake to confirm. That's right. I have the actually smart summon on, which I don't need that right now. There is no indication or no setting for the car to find the parking for you. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, but I don't see anything here that would resemble of an option for me to let the car know, please go find the parking. Okay. All right, since we have time, I'm gonna go actually give the car another chance. We didn't do that much city driving, so now we are in the city area. We are in the parking lot. Let's go and give it some more challenge in the busier area of the town. Let's go press and hold and tap brake to confirm. All right. Okay, this time it's doing it right away. That's perfect. There's no reason to stop here. Just being cautious. Going to exit the parking. Okay, he didn't stop for me, that's fine. I'm gonna actually make it hurry mode. I think we are in the hurry mode. Let's make the max a bit higher. Probably that would change because it started from 15. So let's see when we get to the main road. And there's no light here. So this is an unprotected turn. The car is gonna look for the upcoming cars. And when the time is right, it's gonna turn right. Right now I'm waiting for other cars to do that. Cars are coming. Might be some opportunity here. That was good. Another car just turned in front of me. All right, FSD handled that very well, as expected. I'm still a little bit disappointed by the few mistakes it made previously, but I still trust it because I'm supervising it. That's what it matters. I know a lot of people are worried, a lot of people are scared, a lot of people don't like to not have control, but with the current version of FSD, you're still in control. You can cancel this anytime by pressing the brake or moving the steering wheel. You are in full control. The point is, this is supervised, so you should be in control. This is kind of like a glorified, maybe even more, a version of cruise control, but it is a marvelous technology. It is designed to be as safe as possible to prevent accidents. So most of the mistakes the car would make are just going to be annoying things, are just going to be unnecessary stops, being too cautious. Again, except that one red light that it was trying to run, that I stopped it. But overall, it's going to make you safer. That's the promise of FSD. Human drivers, it varies person to person, but the statistics show human drivers are not the safest. Accidents happen all the time. People get injured. Sometimes there are fatalities. Unfortunately, the promise of FSD or technology similar to this is that we are going to eliminate that. People don't need to lose their life because of stupid driving decisions they make. So here we are with this technology right now. We are testing it. So far, we are just going on this lane. There are a lot of cars around us. Very smooth, similar to human driving. Doing what it's supposed to do. Half a mile, we need to turn left. I would have loved to try it with a U-turn. I don't know if you're gonna get one here. Let me increase the max speed because it's going a bit slow comparing to other cars. My version of FSD does not have the capability to change the max speed, and it kind of recognizes the appropriate speed by comparing the car's speed to the surrounding environment, the other cars driving. This one, apparently, if you set the max to 35 or whatever, they would stick to it. Okay, we have a left turn here coming up. Can move this around, right? Oh, it suggested locations I can put this. Can I put it here? Nope. So there are just 3 locations you can put this view of the side camera. Another thing I saw in the settings, and you can adjust, but the car automatically would go to this FSD view, full extended visualization of FSD when you put the car in FSD. My version of software does not have that. You have to manually do it. I appreciate that as a creator, at least. But if you don't like it, you can just go back to the split view to have it look at the map. But I like it this way better. In some comments on the visualization, there was a truck just passed. The visualization was very smooth and stable. And that's an upgrade from my version of FSD. Okay, now we are turning. Okay, good, not hesitant. And then take a right turn here. Another thing about FSD comparing to a human driver is it would make decisions way back that would have a positive impact that you wouldn't know already. That I would say example with selecting the lane to, you know, on the right, selecting the lane on the traffic light to take a left, right? It did the optimum choice So when we get there, we have another choice to make that would actually make sense. Okay, here we are. We're going to this residential area right now, and give it another chance to see if it's gonna park for us or it's just gonna stop in the middle of parking lot. There's a car behind me. He decided not to come here. Okay. All right. The car slowed down for a speed bump, which was very smooth and good. Here we are. Nope. At least with this version of FSD, the car will not find you a parking unless I'm missing something. So this was our experiment with the new Model 3. I'm not sure if I should call it new. This car has been out there for a while, but comparing to my 2020 Model 3, that sounds pretty new to me. Overall, the car feels very premium. The ride is very smooth. And I love what they have done with the noise reduction inside the cabin. I'm not a big fan of removing the turning stock, but I can live with it. Also, we tested the FSD V13 that comes with this car, which is enabled with hardware 4. I have mixed feelings about it. FSD itself was great, it was very smooth. Comparing to my own car, it felt more human-like, and it did a better job in decision making. But it made a critical mistake at a red light, which I was surprised by seeing such a mistake happening with the latest version of FSD. That's a big negative point. Also, I was told when you get to your destination with FSD, the car would actually find the parking and self-park. It did not happen. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe that was not a correct information. But overall, improvements comparing to version 12 were not as significant as I thought. With all that, should I upgrade my current Model 3 to the new version? I'm not sure about it yet. I don't see enough changes and enough improvement for my 5-year-old car to be replaced with the newer version. With that, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you soon.